Are you in the market for a home in or around Mountain House? Do you want a knowledgeable realtor that specializes in Mountain House homes? If so, then look no further. Drew Jacobson of the Mountain House Real Estate Group is your man. Licensed since 2004, Drew knows Mountain House. Voted Resident of the Month in November 2013 for his volunteer efforts in the community, Drew's reputation is well known for coaching and/or sponsoring Mountain House flag football, Mountain House cheer, Mountain House Hurricanes, Mountain House youth basketball, Mountain House Little League, donations to the local school foundations, and is the first paid inaugural member of the Mountain House High School Athletic Booster Club, supporting athletes at the new Mountain House High School. Drew has recently supported community events such as the Mountain House Sweetheart Dance, the Mountain House Royal Affair, and the upcoming Mountain House Kite Run. Drew says it best: "We treat every client's purchase or sale as if it were our own. Your success is our success." Drew Jacobson, your Mountain House Realtor.
Got to get you into my life, into my life.
We have several developers and several builders that are working here in Mountain House. One of them is here tonight to talk to you, and that's Dave Shea from Mountain House LLC.
Dave Sargent.
Dave Sargent. Dave Sargent from Shea Mountain House LLC.
They promoted him.
That's it. All right. Thanks for having me here tonight. I've just got a couple slides, and I was going to talk about some of the current developments going on in Mountain House. And the most important thing is the upcoming town center meeting. We're calling these community workshops. So this is our third of these. We had a couple late last year. And we've been actually refining that plan based on all the input we got from the community at those meetings. And so I don't have anything to show you on that today. You got to come to the workshop on the 31st to see that. So sorry, but I just wanted to promote that event. So it's going to be May 31st, Bethany School from 10 to 12, and we're going to show you the land plans that we've been working on. Okay, so to go through some of the development update for the rest of the community. I've been showing variations on the slide in the last couple of meetings. So this is the Questa neighborhood, and it's getting close. So 846 permits out of 1,100 total in the neighborhood. So it's getting close to completion. The green is all permitted and final homes, and the yellow are those that are permitted and are under construction. And then the white ones are basically the still empty lots. And actually, Shea Homes purchased those a couple months ago, and they're building this new Umbria product. Big houses on 6,500 foot lots, and those models are going to open up there in the far left with the red outlines in June. So it's coming up. So, and then been updating this slide too as we go meeting to meeting, and we're at about 110 sales so far year to date. So I don't know if we're going to make the 300 that we're hoping for. We'll probably end up around 260 for the year, but still, it looks like it's going to be a good year. So we're excited about that. Lots of sales going on in Questa, and soon we'll have some more for sale down in the Hanson neighborhood. So okay, so that brings us to Hanson, down there south of Mascot, or now Mustang Way. 1,014 single-family homes, and another neighborhood park, and another K-8 school. And here's an aerial picture. Hard to see it, but we developed the first phase over the last couple of years, and so that's all paved out. We've got homes under construction there now in phase 1. And then neighborhood 2, the guys are doing all the underground improvements now, the sewer, the storm. The water lines are all under construction in neighborhood C, phase 2. So the whole thing will probably be all paved out, hopefully by the end of the year. So we'll have all 1,014 lots ready to go. And let's see, so here's, hard to see, but we've got 3 builders out there now: Signature Homes, Richmond American Homes, and Woodside. Richmond American and Woodside have both started their models, and they're going to be having their grand openings this summer in early July and I think probably in August. So a lot of activity happening in the Hanson neighborhood over the summer. And then we'll be continuing to sell more lots in Hanson, so we'll probably get some more builders out there towards the end of the year, early into next year. Let's see, so this is a preview of the proposed Hanson Park. We took this to the Mountain House Community Services Board, District Board, and it was last month, and the board approved this concept plan. So this will be the new neighborhood park. So we've got a baseball field and a kind of a soccer field area with some play structures there. Probably similar to the existing parks. And okay, so this is new. This is actually our Mountain House Welcome Center. So some of you drive along Mascot Boulevard, you might have seen some construction there, right at Mascot and Prosperity. So this is our Welcome Center. So I don't know if any of you have been here long enough to have seen the original Trimark Welcome Center in Wickland. But this will be like that. So it'll be a pretty small facility, 1,700 square feet, and there's going to be a lot of interactive technology in there for people to come in and learn about the community before they go on to the models and learn about the specific products. So here's just a site plan. We're going to do some nice landscaping there, fronting the building. Kind of hard to tell what the buildings are, but
where's the building?
Yeah. So the building is right up there, and then it's kind of an L shape. And then there'll be a nice arcade across the front. You can see the little doors opening up on the arcade. And then parking down here, and then there'll be some overflow parking over there. And so this was a couple weeks ago. One of the guys that we worked with got a new aerial drone, so we took a little picture. So anyway, so pretty there's some gravel and some dirt, but it's pretty exciting to see that come together. And actually, the trailers are delivered, and we're going to try to get this center open up probably by the end of August if everything comes together. All right, and then I just want to close with another plug for our town center meeting on the 31st. If you guys remember anything from this, please remember that. And I hope to see a lot of you there. Thank you. Oh, questions?
Yeah, the question about this slide here. I've lived in Mountain House for 11 years now, and it has been my understanding that the downtown area is going to extend from Central down to Arenado, Mountain House Parkway, and Byron Highway. Why isn't that large swath of land at the bottom included?
Good question. So what we have highlighted in yellow there is the property that Shea Mountain House LLC owns. So that's the property that we can plan, and that's the area that we can work with.
Okay, so is Trimark partnered with you to design the downtown?
Not really. Yeah, I mean, we do talk, and we hopefully we can collaborate, but their stuff, they own the area between Arenado and the yellow line on the bottom right there. So that whole swath from Mountain House Parkway, most of that is actually residential. So from Mountain House Parkway to, if you go to, but if you go to the edge where the corner is on the left.
That was zoned commercial and residential. Has it been rezoned?
Those are apartments.
Yeah, so from Mountain House Parkway to here, well, I guess I should leave out. So Trimark has a plan right here to do a couple more, actually 3 more of these centers like the Mountain House office, and then it's residential from here to there. So that's already planned and mapped for about 480 apartment sites, apartment units. And then the area left over from there, yeah, that area right there, that is I think it's a community commercial parcel. So that's zoned for basically retail. And I think it was originally envisioned to be a grocery store site, but the reality is that the grocers want to be over on Mountain House Parkway. It's hard to say what's going to happen there. I know there's been talk about maybe remapping that to integrate with the town center more. Maybe it's not so much a grocery store site, but maybe a mixed-use site. So there might be some coordination there between Trimark and what we're doing. So a lot of that's already planned. It's already in your guys' master plan, specific plan with those uses. So what happens beyond there is really up to Trimark. So what we're doing on the other side, we're remapping and revisioning what's happening in the town center. I mean, it's a lot of the same uses. You still have the grocery store, you still have a lot of mixed use, you still have the community facilities in the town center. We're making some adjustments. And that's part of the process, and that's what we'll be talking about on the 31st. Yeah. Bernice?
Mr. Sargent, at this point for Hanson Phase 1, is it too ambitious now to come up with any guesstimated starting price points for homes?
Let's see. I think they won't be too different than what you see up in Questa. We've got some smaller products. We've got Signature's doing some smaller lots, kind of like what Lennar is doing today in Questa. And I think those start in like the high threes. I forget. So it's probably in the low end. And then Richmond will have the larger product coming into Hanson, and those are about the 45 by 100 lots, or no, 45 by 80. And I think those are around 450 to 500. So it'll be smaller lots to start with in Hanson, and over time we'll get to the larger lots, which are kind of in the southwest corner. Yeah.
Do we have a date when the models will open?
Yes. So actually, Richmond American hopes to open their models on June 7th.
Wow.
So they've been working like crazy. It's just amazing to see how fast they've been moving. And then Woodside, they plan to open their models on June 28th.
So will Central open to accommodate those?
Yeah, we're going to open Central up down to
Grantland.
just about that point right there.
Yeah.
And then that's
Not quite to
no,
Grantland.
not quite to Grantland yet. And that's actually that always comes up in this meeting. Everyone wants to know when are we going to open up Central Parkway and also Great Valley Parkway down Grantline Road. And I don't have a definitive schedule, but that's next on our list. We're going to get this first phase open, and then we're going to turn our attention to getting the second phase finished of Hanson, and then making those connections to Grantline. And we're already working with the CSD staff and trying to figure out how those connections are going to work.
So Central will probably open in the next couple of weeks just because they're going to need to be open for those models.
Yeah, actually, we're trying to. We've only got we're trying to finish up Central and open those gates to get that open the next couple of weeks. Yep, summer came quick. We're here. Do you have a question?
Yeah, on the previous map, is the high school on the right side of the neighborhood?
Yeah, so it's not shown there, but yep, that's it, right where the mouse is. Yeah, there's the high school.
Thank you.
Okay. So I'll be here if there are any more questions after. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you very much. And as he said, he'll stick around if you have any additional questions. And we do have our Sheriff's Department here to talk a little bit with you this evening. Law enforcement is always something near and dear to everybody's heart, as all types of public safety is.
Good evening, I'm James Lindsey, the Patrol Administrative Lieutenant for Field Forces for the Sheriff's Office. Just going over the statistics here in Mountain House tonight. The biggest service calls that we have in Mountain House continue to be disturbance calls, so that'd be arguments, loud music, things of that nature. Animal ordinances, the animal's not on leashes, barking dogs, stuff like that. And then the suspicious persons calls. Those are the ones, I'm sure you heard this before, those are the important ones that we really like, the suspicious persons call. We're able to extrapolate a lot of data from our crime analysts to solve crimes and reconstruct things. So overall, the crime picture in Mountain House is significantly lower than other areas of the county percentage-wise. This past month, some deputies did some fantastic things, very proactive things. We had a robbery at Great Valley Parkway in Byron by some individuals from out of town, from the Bay Area. Jewelry was taken. It was an armed robbery, a purse, things of that nature. Mountain House deputies working in conjunction with our robbery homicide detectives were able to solve that crime. 3 suspects are in custody, and they're awaiting preliminary hearing. So a real good job on that case. From that case, they're also able to reconstruct several auto burglaries within Mountain House that they were responsible for. They were coming into Mountain House and committing other property-type crimes as well. We had a traffic stop, a proactive traffic stop at night, which led to the seizure of 20 pounds of processed marijuana. We also had 2 suspicious vehicles late at night, which helped solve wire theft type cases, theft of gasoline, other property theft, and a residential burglary type crime. So the deputies are doing a great job of being proactive and initiating those self-initiated types of things to solve and reconstruct the crimes. Some of the new things we're doing, crime analyst-wise, how can we get an apples-to-apples comparison? Because Mountain House is a growing community. So the population is significantly different than 2009 than it is today in 2014. So we're going to try to come up with some data to give you an idea based on service calls per 1,000 people and your Part 1 type crimes per 1,000 people to see where you were and where we are now. And to give you a preliminary readout, in 2009, the population was approximately 7,392 people, and there was 187 service calls per 1,000 people. The latest population data I have is from 2012, and we've gone up to 10,994 people, and the average service calls were 141 per 1,000 people. You see the service calls have gone down, but the suspicious persons calls are going up, so that's good. And then your Part 1 type crimes for the UCR reports, they averaged 21 per 1,000 people in 2009. They decreased to 11 in 2012 was our latest population statistic that we have. So again, thank you for the opportunity to come here and speak. We'll be in the back if you have any questions. We're happy to answer them. Thank you.
Just to help you out, Part 1 crimes are the crimes that get reported to the Federal Bureau of Investigations. Those are the crimes when you see people talking about crime stats anywhere across the nation. That's what they talk about, so you've got an apples-to-apples comparison. So you guys are doing really good. Our crime stats are very good. The next group that we want to bring up is the fire folks, our other arm of our public safety pendulum here. And I'm going to turn it over to our battalion chief, is that correct? Okay.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Andy Kellogg. I'm one of the division chiefs with the South County Fire Authority. We provide the fire services out here in Mountain House. You go to the next slide. I'm going to talk about some opportunities, I think, for ways that you can get in touch with us, some of the services that we provide. More importantly, I want to end this. We're going to have a discussion on fireworks. So real quick about us. We're the South County Fire Authority. We cover a jurisdiction of about 200 square miles, Mountain House being part of that, from 7 stations. We have about 20 firefighters on duty every day. About 8 of them are paramedics, 7 of them are hazardous material technicians and specialists. We cover our area from 1 fire station here in Mountain House proper. We have 4 fire stations within the boundaries of the city of Tracy, and then 2 in the Tracy rural area, which outlines the outside borders of the city and Mountain House. We respond to about 7,000 calls a year for service, and we provide an all-risk type of protection, from EMS calls to fires to hazardous materials to public service calls and the like. One of the best ways to kind of get to know us a little better is to go to our website. Our website is hosted by the city of Tracy. There's the link right there, but the easiest way to get there is if you just go to the City of Tracy's website, you can go to the fire department link, and that'll get you to our homepage. This is our landing page. From here, you can find out all the department statistics, look at all the services that we provide. One of the biggest issues, go to the next slide real quick. One of the biggest ways and easiest ways to get in touch with us is hitting the contact us button. That gets us to this landing page, which has all of the fire stations, all of the contact numbers for fire administration, and where you can get all the information from. Over on the, if you can go back real quickly, sorry. Over on the, it would be your left-hand side. All of those are links that will get you to the services that we provide. The How Do I section there is questions as of how do I get a fire engine to come to my school? How do I schedule a fire station visit? That type of stuff, and that will get you to some other sections. You go to the next slide real quick. On the left-hand side, where you talk to when you get to the section of talk to us or contact us, it'll take you directly to the Go Request program, which you have here in Mountain House. And from there, you'll be able to schedule appointments for us, ask questions, report problems, and get them resolved, hopefully, is what we try to do. One of the things I wanted to quickly talk about tonight is a service, and it was brought up tonight by Angel, and that's Nixle. Nixle is an awesome service. It's free, as Angel talked about. It provides notifications of situations, of Amber Alerts, of emergencies going on, of things that are happening within your own community. What I find really neat about it is my family's kind of spread across the country. I've got a brother in Oklahoma City. I've got my mom that lives up in Oregon. And in Nixle, you can select those different areas to monitor. So every time my brother gets a tornado warning, which is about 3 times a week this time of year, I get a warning also, so I know what's going on, just to kind of keep tabs on them. So you can set it up for any place that you want to monitor. You might have family or relatives or somebody that you want to keep track of. Really good service, free to use. We, as the chief officers, we do notifications from our vehicles. So if we are responding to a structure fire and we have the ability to, once we get there, we'll send an alert out to the community that says we're working a structure fire at A and B Street. Please avoid the area, or something like that. The sheriff's office does it quite frequently for some of the incidents that they run, along with local police departments and whatnot that you may be monitoring. Real good opportunities to view and to pay attention and to see what's going on in your own community. Go to the next slide real quick, Linda. Good things that we are currently working on, we don't have, we've done a lot of talking about and working on very soon, is getting a Facebook page and a Twitter account set up for the fire department. When we do, we'll make sure and blast that out to everybody so you have that opportunity to get signed up and monitor us and get alerts and get the information from us, and just have another open line of communication for us real quick. So our primary ways of contacting is through our website and our email. It's firedepartment@ci.tracy.ca.us. That goes to our primary administrative assistants, and they will route it to wherever it needs to go to. The non-emergency telephone number is 831-6700. That'll get you to our fire administration offices, where you can ask questions, you can schedule appointments, or whatever else if you don't have access to the internet to go request. And also the non-emergency number for the fire station right up here in the corner, and that's 831-4780. That will get you to your fire station here directly. The best way to get a hold of us, though, in an emergency is obviously what's our emergency telephone number, everybody? Oh man, the kids do a lot better than that. 911. 911. Just remember that any place that you call in our community, in our area, call 911 for emergencies. Now, real quick about kind of fire season and fireworks. We're in the heart of fire season right now. Fire season started very early. Actually, fire season never really ended. We had a strike team. One of our engines went down to the strike team to San Diego, and they just got back this afternoon. So we're already deploying across the state. With the drought conditions, with the weather conditions, we're seeing substantial increases in fire behavior and fire spread. And we're not alone in Southern California is not alone to having a problem. It's up here in Northern California. We just haven't seen it as drastic and as heavy as they've had it down south. It's coming. Every year we hear the comment of it's going to be the worst fire season ever. And we kind of joke about it all the time because we hear it every single year. I'm beginning to believe this year might be, unfortunately. So be very cognizant, very alert what's going on. You see smoke out there, report it so we can get on it fast and soon. We get our resources there early to deal with it. And if it ends up being nothing, it ends up being nothing. We turn around and go home. But if you think there's a problem, make sure and report it as soon as you can, because fire this year is spreading very differently than it has in previous years. Kind of parlay into the discussion of fireworks. I'll make the firework discussion very quick and simple. Fireworks are illegal, period. At Mountain House, they're illegal. Fireworks in San Joaquin County are illegal. Any fireworks, not just the aerial fireworks, not the Roman candles, not only the Roman candles are the things you can go into Tracy or Manteca or Ripon or anybody else and go purchase the Safe and Sane fireworks. You can't do that here in Mountain House. They're illegal. The specific jurisdictions and towns and cities across the county, they've passed their own amendments and municipal codes to allow safe and sane fireworks. Mountain House has not. Mountain House is part of the county, and therefore any firework is illegal. We're currently working on some strategies and meetings to talk about with CSD and with law enforcement to figure out a better strategy this year for enforcement, because that's really what it really comes down to. It's not a matter we want to run around and have our resources dedicated to arresting people with fireworks. We can't do that. There's bigger crimes going on. But we have to do an outreach of education and make sure everybody understands that fireworks, period, are illegal. During the 4th of July and the days leading up to and the days after, you see them out here all the time. On the 4th of July, it's like Baghdad in 1999. It gets horrible when bad. Not just here in Mountain House, but throughout the county too. But just you need to remember, all fireworks are illegal. And we will be coordinating some effort for education, outreach, and enforcement. I want to make sure that everybody's familiar with that.
Does the fire department have the ability to issue a citation when they roll up on somebody that's doing it, or is it only the sheriff can do that?
Just the sheriffs can.
Okay.
We have the ability within the city of Tracy because of an ordinance that they passed. Within the county area, that's a county enforcement issue, which is the San Joaquin County Sheriff's issue to deal with.
If the county were to pass an ordinance on Mountain House's behalf, would you be able to?
Possibly.
Okay.
I can't answer completely, but I would say possibly.
Might be a path.
Yeah,
Okay.
might be a pathway for it.
Thank you.
And just real quick, I'll just give you my 2 cents and what it's worth. I grew up doing fireworks. I think we probably all did. As kids, we all had the box of fireworks our moms and dads put out in the front yard, and we had our garden hose out, and we had the neighborhood all together, and it was a safe and sane big party and everything else. And fortunately, with my experience, we never got hurt. We never had a problem. It was very well organized. Times are a little bit different now. And more importantly, our situation that we deal with in this region, in this area, is very different. With our flammability, with our grasslands, with our extremely low fuel moistures and humidity levels that we deal with, and more importantly out here that we're all familiar with, is the wind. Fire spreads extremely fast. And anytime you get fires in this area, when you have a compaction of homes like what we have here in Mountain House, we get quickly can get a conflagration. Very quickly can get a lot of homes burning very rapidly. Just because you don't have high weeds in your front yard or that surround you, or you're surrounded by an open field or anything, doesn't mean you're safe. Embers fly for long distances. Those homes that burned down in San Diego this last week, most of them didn't burn because the fire reached up and caught them on fire. They burned because the embers flew into attic spaces, the attic vents, onto roofs and onto vegetation that surrounded the properties or whatever else. They weren't overrun by fire. They were overrun by the embers. And there's not a lot you can do for that. Our homes aren't built to be that safe when it comes to those types of situations around here. So the way I look at fireworks, none of them are safe and sane. They're marketed as safe and sane, but they all have dangers. They're all heat-producing devices. And that's why the county's never passed an ordinance to allow them within the county themselves, but this individual cities have, with the fire departments opposing it. But there's a great deal to really take away from what the dangers of fireworks are. And more importantly, again, I just want to leave on the note, in Mountain House, all fireworks, safe and sane, whatever it might be, are illegal, and they're not to be used at all. Any other questions at all I can answer? All right, well, anytime you want to stop by the firehouse, drop on by. The crews are there the majority of the time, and we'll be in the back for questions afterwards. So thank you.
I think that was it. So if you all have any questions of anyone from our staff or anyone that's here, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for participating, and thank you all for making Mountain House the greatest community in California.
got to get you into my life, into my life.